Chosen one. Before you even click this video, heaven already knew you would be here. This message is not for everyone. It is not for the crowd. It is not for the ones who laughed, doubted, or dismissed you. This message is for you, the one who was overlooked, underestimated, ignored, delayed, silenced, and pushed aside. And God says, "Watch what I am about to do, because the season you are entering will shock everyone who treated you like you were invisible. Not because you demanded attention, not because you begged for validation, but because God Himself is about to reveal what He hid inside you." Take a breath, slow your spirit, and listen carefully. Chosen one, there was a reason people ignored you. It wasn't because you lacked value. It wasn't because you lacked ability. It wasn't because you weren't anointed. They ignored you because God had you covered. There are seasons when heaven intentionally places a veil over a chosen one, not to punish them, but to protect the assignment. If people had noticed you too early, they would have copied you. They would have drained you. They would have sabotaged you. So God allowed them to look right through you. You were in the room, but unseen. You spoke, but unheard. You showed up, but unacknowledged. And it hurt. Deeply. But hear this clearly. Rejection was never the verdict. It was the camouflage. Chosen one, there was a reason people ignored you. It wasn't because you lacked value. It wasn't because you lacked ability. It wasn't because you weren't anointed. They ignored you because God had you covered. There are seasons when heaven intentionally places a veil over a chosen one, not to punish them, but to protect the assignment. If people had noticed you too early, they would have copied you. They would have drained you. They would have sabotaged you. So God allowed them to look right through you. You were in the room, but unseen. You spoke, but unheard. You showed up, but unacknowledged. And it hurt. Deeply. But hear this clearly. Rejection was never the verdict. It was the camouflage. Chosen one. There were moments when you knew your name should have been spoken. You felt it in your spirit. You felt it in your preparation. You felt it in the way you showed up with excellence, consistency, and heart. Yet the call never came. The promotion skipped you. The opportunity went to someone else. The recognition landed on another name. And you tried to stay faithful. But deep down you whispered, "God, why not me?" This chapter exists to answer that question. Chosen one, it was not rejection. It was restraint. There are moments when God intentionally withholds your name from certain rooms because the atmosphere is not safe for who you are becoming. Some rooms don't deserve your presence yet. Some stages are too small for your assignment. Some systems would have shrunk you instead of stewarding you. So God blocked the mention of your name, not because you were unqualified, but because you were too valuable. If your name had been called too early, they would have used you, not honored you. There were conversations happening behind closed doors. Decisions being made. Lists being written. And somehow, your name was missing. Not by accident. God has the power to silence tongues that would misuse what He placed inside you. Some people wanted your gift, but not your growth. Some wanted your results, but not your rise. So God stepped in and said, "Not yet. Not yet to visibility. Not yet to access. Not yet to influence." Because timing matters more than talent. Chosen one, hear this carefully. If humans had chosen you, they would have believed they owned you. They would have expected loyalty without honor, performance without protection, results without respect. But when God chooses you publicly, no one can claim credit. No one can control the narrative. No one can take the glory. God withheld your name from human lips, so that when it is finally spoken, it will carry divine authority, not human approval. There is a pain in being ignored, but there is a greater danger in being elevated before you are fortified. If your name had been called before your discernment matured, you would have trusted the wrong people. If your name had been called before your confidence stabilized, criticism would have crushed you. If your name had been called before your identity was anchored in God, applause would have corrupted you. So God delayed the call until your spirit could handle the sound of it. You were protected by invisibility, while others were being watched. You were being strengthened, while others were being praised. You were being purified, while others were being celebrated. You were being prepared for weight. Because chosen one, visibility adds pressure. And God does not expose what He has not yet secured. There is a moment coming. Not gradual, not subtle, but sudden. A moment when God decides. Now your name is spoken in rooms you never entered. Now doors open without applications. Now favor finds you without explanation. And the same people who never said your name before will say it with urgency. Not because you chased it, but because God released it. Chosen one of the greatest tests you passed was obedience without recognition. You showed up when no one was clapping. You stayed disciplined when no one was watching. You kept your heart clean when no one would have blamed you for hardening. That obedience builds spiritual authority. God says, I trust you with being seen now, because you served me when you weren't. Your name wasn't delayed. It was reserved. Reserved for the right season. Reserved for the right atmosphere. Reserved for a moment when God, not people, would define who you are. And when that moment arrives, your name will not just be called. It will be remembered. Chosen one, say this quietly or out loud. I release the pain of being overlooked. I trust the wisdom of divine timing. I accept God's protection in the delay. When my name is spoken, it will be spoken by heaven itself. Amen. There is a moment, sudden, unmistakable, irreversible, when God removes the veil. And when that happens, people start saying, where did you come from? How did we miss this? Why didn't we see this before? But the truth is, they saw you. They just didn't recognize you. Because spiritual authority doesn't announce itself loudly. It hums quietly until heaven turns the volume up. And when God does, everything changes. Chosen one, they will be shocked because they thought your silence meant weakness. They thought your humility meant lack. They thought your patience meant fear. They did not know. Your silence was discipline. Your humility was strength under control. Your patience was trust in God's timing. They measured you by your season of preparation, not knowing they were about to witness your season of manifestation. And when God elevates you, they won't recognize the version of you that stands up. God specializes in holy reversals. The one they overlooked becomes the leader. The one they ignored becomes the authority. The one they doubted becomes the evidence. And here is the part that humbles heaven. You will not need revenge. You will not need explanations. You will not need to remind anyone how they treated you. God will answer for you. Your elevation will speak louder than your defense ever could. Chosen one of the reasons this shock will be so powerful is because you stayed clean when you had every reason not to. You didn't compromise your integrity. You didn't harden your heart. You didn't become bitter. You could have, but you didn't. And heaven noticed. God says, I can trust you with visibility because you didn't sell your soul in obscurity. That is rare. That is why your reward will be uncommon. Chosen one. The shock is not the ending. It is the opening. Most people think the miracle is the elevation. Heaven says the real work begins after the shock. Because once God reveals you, once the veil lifts, once what was hidden is now undeniable, everything changes. After the shock, the air feels different. Conversations change when you enter the room. People listen more closely. Eyes linger longer. Not because you demanded attention, but because authority has a sound. You didn't suddenly become powerful. You became visible in your power. And some will feel inspired. Others will feel uncomfortable. Both reactions are confirmation. After God shocks them, people will respond in one of three ways. First, the awakened. Some will genuinely celebrate you. They will say, "I always knew something was different about you." These are the ones meant to walk with you into the next season. Second, the pretenders. Some will rewrite history. They will act like they supported you all along. Smile politely, but don't hand them access. Third, the silent exit. Some will disappear without explanation. No confrontation. No closure. Their silence is not rejection, it's release. Let them go. Chosen one, resist the urge to explain. You don't need to recount the pain. You don't need to list the years. You don't need to justify your rise. God did not elevate you so you could defend your journey. Your peace is the explanation. Your fruit is the proof. Your consistency is the evidence. Speak less. Let heaven speak louder. After the shock, you may feel heavier. Not tired, responsible. Because authority carries weight. Influence carries accountability. Visibility carries stewardship. God is not just blessing you. He is entrusting you. This is why your spirit must stay grounded. This is why prayer must stay private. This is why obedience must stay central. What God reveals publicly must be sustained privately. This part surprises many chosen ones. After the shock, the crowd grows, but the circle shrinks. Not everyone who applauds you can walk with you. Elevation separates again, not as punishment, but as protection. God will surround you with fewer voices and clearer direction. Don't fear this solitude. It is refinement, not isolation. Chosen one, the greatest test after the shock is humility. Pride disqualifies faster than failure. Remember who you were when no one noticed. Remember who carried you when you were weak. Remember who sustained you when nothing made sense. If God lifted you, He can also sit you back down. Stay teachable. Stay grateful. Stay low, while your calling stands tall. Before, your silence was ignored. After the shock, your silence will be studied. Every move matters now. Every word carries weight. Every reaction teaches something. You are being watched, not to trap you, but because people are learning from you. Walk slowly. Speak wisely. Move intentionally. After the shock, your purpose matures. It becomes less about you and more about impact. God didn't elevate you to impress. He elevated you to restore, lead, and heal. Your presence will calm rooms. Your words will bring clarity. Your stability will disrupt chaos. That is real power. Chosen one, hear this gently but clearly. Do not chase the shock. Do not recreate the moment. Do not seek constant validation. The shock was a signal, not a lifestyle. Chase obedience, not applause. Chase alignment, not attention. God will handle your visibility if you handle your integrity. Chosen one, say this slowly. I receive this new level with humility. I steward visibility with wisdom. I remain grounded as God elevates me. I release those who cannot follow. I walk in authority without arrogance. I move in peace, not pressure. What God revealed, He will sustain. Amen. Chosen one, you are not overwhelmed. You are expanded. You are not exposed. You are appointed. The shock was just the announcement. Now comes the assignment, and heaven trusts you with it. Chosen one, hear this carefully. God is not elevating you to shame others. He is elevating you to heal atmospheres. Your success will convict without words. Your peace will confuse without explanation. Your stability will expose chaos without confrontation. That is kingdom power. Chosen one, read this slowly, out loud if you can. I release the need to be seen too early. I trust God's timing over human approval. I receive the elevation heaven has prepared for me. I remain humble in my rising. I remain obedient in my blessing. I remain protected as God reveals me. What was hidden is now revealed. What was ignored is now honored. What was delayed is now released. Amen. Chosen one. This was never about revenge. This was about alignment. And now, the same God who covered you is about to reveal you. The shock is coming. The silence is ending. The season is shifting. And everyone who ignored you is about to witness what God was building the whole time. Stay ready. Stay faithful. Stay grounded. Your moment is not approaching. It has already begun. If you're ready to walk into the season where God silences doubt without you saying a word, where your obedience speaks louder than every rejection, then don't scroll past this moment. Type, "I receive," in the comments, not for algorithms, but as a declaration that you're aligned with what God is releasing now. Like this video as a sign of agreement with heaven's timing. Subscribe if you're prepared for the truth God is revealing to those He's been refining in silence. And share this message with another chosen one who was overlooked, underestimated, or misunderstood, but never forgotten by God. Remember this. God doesn't need to explain you to people who ignored you. He's about to show them. Stay covered. Stay humble. Stay ready. Because what's coming will shock everyone who counted you out.